Well, welcome Year 11 to this brief presentation about the assessments that you're about to do between May the 17th and 28th. And welcome also to any parents who might have found this presentation on the school website. Thank you for listening to this, and I hope you too find this useful. So you should know by now that between the days of May the 17th and 28th, you are going to be doing some assessments in school. I want to talk to you about how this is going to work, why we're doing it, and what your approach should be towards this. So why are we doing these assessments between the 17th and 28th of May? Well, as you know, there are no exams this summer in 2021. Grades will be awarded by the teachers, but to award these grades, teachers need to have evidence of your knowledge and your skills, and they need to have that evidence in front of them. The grade needs to reflect the evidence. So there are restrictions about the types of evidence that teachers can use. We can use coursework in those subjects that do coursework. Any past papers that you've done earlier in Year 11 or back in Year 10, and the ones you've been doing since you've been coming back into classes since the reopening on the 9th of March. But then there's also assessment materials that have been provided by each exam board. Now, we made a decision long ago that we would definitely use these assessment materials over this fortnight, and all subjects, apart from those that are coursework based completely, are using these assessment materials. They're a reliable source of evidence. We know that exam boards will ask to look at some of the work that you've done. When they look at it, they're going to recognise their own materials, their own questions. The exam board isn't going to question or withhold your grades when they can see that we've been using their own assessment materials. So this is important. It's a very reliable, very well known. Everyone knows that the exam boards are doing this. It's a very solid piece of evidence to use, and a different type of evidence as well. And it enables, this assessment fortnight enables you to answer longer questions as well. Some departments want you to answer questions over a longer period of time that you can't do in just one 50-minute lesson. So what will happen during these 2 weeks? Now, the crucial thing is this: you follow your normal timetable. Whenever it says that you've got an assessment in a subject, you just go to whatever your normal room is on your timetable. Now, sometimes, most of the time, sorry, actually let's pause there. Now, I've emailed you with the schedule for the 2 weeks, so check your email accounts, and this has also gone to your parents as well. So here are the main assessments for the first week. You can see period 1, English language. So you'll start off on Monday going to your normal classroom. Now, some of you have English period 1 on Monday, some of you have maths. Doesn't matter, just go to your normal classroom, don't need to worry about anything, and the papers will be there for you to do. If you remember that, you're going to be okay. You will always go to your normal classroom. Monday's a busy day with English in the morning, and then science, combined science for most of you, period 3. Those of you in top set for science, you'll have a biology paper there. Tuesday we've got maths. Again, on Tuesday, period 1, some of you will be going to your maths classroom, some of you will be going to your English classroom. That doesn't matter. You'll see there's a construction on there, period 3 on Tuesday for option block B, and those of you in option block C who have construction period 5, you've got it there. Wednesday, a load of subjects in option block A, period 4A. If you're in one of those groups, you'll have your assessment there. Thursday, you've got a day off. Thought you'd need a breather by then. And then Friday, option block C, you've got you can see there geography, history, Spanish, and so forth. But you can look at this. You've got it all to reflect on. Then you've got the weekend, and then we're moving to the second week. A little bit lighter the second week. English literature is on the Monday morning. We've got the second maths paper on the Tuesday. Because maths is such an important subject, we've put 2 papers on there to make sure the maths teachers really do have all the evidence they need. We've got chemistry period 5. Notice that's only for those of you in set 1. Other scientists, you're not involved there, period 5 on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we've got construction option A, period 2, and the option B, period 3. Now, there is one thing I need to tell you about period 3 on Wednesday the 26th. It's a single lesson, not a double. And as you can see, many of those subjects there, like statistics, for example, is 1 hour 30 minutes. We found it almost impossible to keep you in your year 11 zone, organise all those tests, and sort of manage the balance of those of you who are doing those tests with those of you who have not. So anyway, option block B on Wednesday the 26th, for that assessment only, you are going to go into the hall. So it's the one time we're going to do it, and we're just doing that because we've got to. Logistical reasons, we just can't make it work. It's too tricky trying to get everything to work there. So you will be in the hall Wednesday 26th, but that's it. And I'll be in there to entertain you as well. So it'll all be okay. Thursday 27th, you've got the second of the combined science papers and physics, those of you triple scientists. No formal assessment scheduled for Friday the 28th, but I'm sure your teachers will be collecting evidence from you. So again, an important day. Some subjects have not been included in these two slides that I've shown you. And here they are. These are ones with, I suppose, arrangements that are spread over several lessons. Drama, Miss Scobie has identified 4 lessons there, where you'll be doing aspects of your assessment, so good luck with that. Music, you've got some lessons there on Wednesday the 19th. There are 3 periods. They're normal music lessons for you when we're doing your music, and again on Wednesday 26th. And in your finance, the finance assessment here is different to the rest, because the finance assessment is actually an external assessment that you're doing. That's the only one that isn't set by us. You do that online, and that is a test that you do, and you get the qualification, goes towards your qualification. So extremely important that. Please make sure you're ready for that. Your finance assessment at the end of the course. Just a word about finance. Moving out into the modern world, possibly the most important subject there is. More than ever, you need to understand how to look after your finances. Hugely important, and I think a subject you should never underestimate. So how important are these assessments? Well, I think it's important we keep a sense of perspective. They are not exams. All they're doing is providing another piece of evidence that goes with the rest of the evidence we've got. The work you've recently been doing in class, the work you did back in October, and possibly work you did in year 10. And even though it's the recent work, since you've come back into school, which has the most influence, this assessment here next week is just one thing that goes alongside the rest. Teachers make what is known as a holistic judgment. They're looking at all the evidence. So these assessments will not determine your grade. It's not like a normal year where you do the exam and pass, fail. It's not like that. So it could be that you've done really well so far and you've got a certain grade, and you do badly in these assessments. It still may not affect your performance overall. And the reason I'm saying this is that I don't want you worrying excessively. And I know some of you are very conscientious. You're very hardworking and you want to do well, and you're a bit worried by the idea that these assessments coming up and the formal program I've put together. If you find that you're worrying too much about it, please talk to people in school, come and talk to me even, talk to your tutor, but really don't get it out of perspective. At the same time though, I'm saying this about not worrying excessively, but you've still got to take these seriously. Prepare for them, work hard in them, make sure you're on time. It would be silly to be late, for example. That's only going to harm your chances. Doing well in these assessments may help improve your grade, whilst everything doesn't fall on your performance in these assessments. It's only going to help if you do well. When we're in there, you're going to be following exam conditions. That's really important, so that it's fair, so that people can concentrate. not disturbed when they're doing their work. So look, my advice overall is take these seriously, but keep a sense of perspective. It is only one piece of evidence amongst the rest. Okay, I'm trying to balance my message to you here. What happens next? Well, the teachers would need to gather all your evidence together and decide which grades to award. On Monday the 7th and Tuesday the 8th of June, we don't need you in school. We don't expect you in school unless we've requested you in person. It could be that there's some piece of evidence we need and we've requested you to come in, but this will be extremely rare. We don't expect to see you on Monday the 7th and Tuesday the 8th, but we do expect to see you on Wednesday the 9th, which is the official Leavers Day. All sorts of events like the signing of shirts on that day, for example, and a party to celebrate your time here at Sandwich Technology School. Around this time, the departments, each subject, will be working really hard, moderating all the marking that's gone on and comparing all their approaches. We need to make sure we're consistent, so all of you are treated fairly. There'll be lots of checks carried out to make sure we're doing things correctly. Already exam boards have been checking on what we're doing. We've had to show how we're going about it. There is, rest assured, there's a lot of scrutiny. We're under a lot of pressure to get this right, quite correctly. It's your future. We've got to make sure we're giving the right grades. And we're doing lots in school to make sure that we're being very fair, that people don't make any mistakes and that things are done properly. We have to enter the grades by June the 18th. And then results day is Thursday 12th of August. I will give you guidance on how appeals, but listen, a word of warning, please don't sit there now and think, oh, it's okay, if I don't get what I want, I can just appeal. Any appeal will ask to see, for an appeal to be successful, the exam board would need to see the evidence that showed that you were at a better level of knowledge and understanding than the grade that we gave. If the evidence isn't there, you're not going to be able to appeal. So it is important to have the evidence. Appeals will only be successful if you've got some really strong evidence in your work. So please don't think, I don't need to work hard, I'll just do an appeal. It really won't work like that. That'll be a waste of your time. But more on that to come. I wanted to finish this brief presentation by saying well done so far. I think the majority of you have applied yourselves really well. It's been a tricky time for you, missing so much school both last year and this year, coming back in, having to wear masks, and doing assessments in every subject every 2 weeks. That's heavy, and the pressure of knowing that everything you do is creating your grade. So I think to most of you, fair play, you've worked really hard. A couple of you, you've struggled, yet to have that kind of growing up moment, but most of you, well done, very well done. And I've used this this image before. I think wherever we are in this journey through awarding you the grades, it's important to keep looking forward. As we approach these assessments, don't look back and feel, well, there's no point now. I haven't done this, I haven't done that. You can't change the past. You are heading towards the future. So everything you do that's positive can only help you. Make sure you're doing positive things over these next 2 weeks. And all the very best of luck in your assessments. I will be back giving a short video update pretty much every day over the next fortnight, giving you the instructions as to what is going to be happening each day, and I'll be in touch with you then. In the meantime, good luck. Remember to keep looking forward and keep smiling.